It's June 2019. I've been researching about the free energy device, especially Ruslan and Akula scheme, which is using the Tesla uh, transmitter and receiver idea. Of course, I didn't make it, but because my background is science, actually, so engineering science, so I don't think it's my way to just replicate what they did, but because I'm now understanding the deeper level charge balance, which is a microscopic view, that's why I'm not progressing. That's how I concluded. So this video is for me first, and hopefully somebody uh, gets a deeper understanding by following this video. So yes, it has been some years to follow, study, and replicate those devices. But to understand that, I had to try to understand most of the free energy claiming devices, or at least a majority of the devices. And what what I can conclude from there is almost every free energy device uses Overunity, and that means actually there is a signal generating part in the device, and then that signal goes to somewhere and then receives somewhere, and the energy received here is bigger than the energy transmitted. It could be the motor running the magnet or things like that, but it's consuming energy first, and then it receives. Almost every device is like that. There are exceptions. One exception is actually uh, Hendershot device, and then Aquila also showed something, some magnetron related devices, which will be mentioned later. So Hendershot device doesn't have active signal generating part. It's just a LC. However, I can conclude from there. So there is a magnet using the magnetic imbalance that can make this signal, and then that signal can be amplified to the load. So before we understand about the free energy device, let's go to just a normal device. The key point of this paragraph is the net charge. The number of net charge is 0 in the normal device, which means there is a active energy generating part which can separate electron hole pair. But net charge is 0, and then the electron can travel to the load and then recombines with or replaces the hole there. Therefore, the number of electron hole pair reduces. However, if I see the whole system, then the net charge is 0. There is no exception. Even the antenna transmitting, receiving, the net charge is 0 because it's always making the electron hole pair. However, in the free energy, is it really possible to make the electron hole pair like this way, that's a question. That's a really big question because a lot of free energy claims say that the energy comes from the environment. So, okay, then we will go to the environment. So, important thing is a single static charge is not an energy. So I will say like that: 1, 2, 3, 4. There are four charge not moving. For some reason, it's not moving at all like that. It's a static like this way. It's not an energy, which means it doesn't matter 4 or 400 or 4 million. If it doesn't move, it's not an energy. Then we need the electron hole pair to make the energy, which means if I put 1, 2, 3, 4 balance charge, then there is a Coulomb attraction. So when there is a Coulomb attraction, then it starts traveling. Actually, it travels like that. It starts traveling and then recombines. While it happens, there is a flow, which is a velocity. When there is a velocity of the charge, then there is an energy, which means we always need the electron hole pair. And if the number is not balanced, so let me put 2 more here, then would it be an energy? No, it doesn't see this charge anymore because it's all balanced with the opposite polarity. So although I put extra charge here, it's not an energy again until I put this. So this is a dilemma. So we can see the static charge case in the environment, but when a single charge is there and if it's not moving, it's not energy at all. And let's imagine this kind of case. So this is quite a common misunderstanding of the Tesla claim, and what it is he said we can receive some particle here, and then that's accumulated. Then we can harness this. It sounds like one single charge comes here, then we can harness this. It's not true. When this charge comes, let's say it's plus charge coming here, and when the other charge doesn't come, then it doesn't see the electric field here. So no reason to flow like that. There is a reason which will be explained, but no big reason to flow like that. So there is no current, obvious current, unless there is a balanced charge here, which comes from somewhere else. So we always need electron hole pair to harness proper energy, not the small energy. So then single charge is not an energy if it's not moving, but single charge, if it's moving, let's say plus, 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 if it's moving, then it's energy. Then how can we imagine it's moving? Which is the Coulomb repulsion. Then Coulomb repulsion is this. Oh yeah, there are many charges here, so I don't like each other, so it's moving apart. Therefore, there is a velocity here. However, is it big? Compared to the balanced charge, it's much smaller, because once it gets out of there, then the force becomes weaker and weaker. So once it's moving out, then the force is weaker and weaker. If there was no resistance, then if we can just stabilize as a constant. However, if there is a resistance a little bit, then it will just die away. But I am saying there is a hope. The single charge, if it's because of the Coulomb repulsion, and we can still utilize this energy. But the question is, do we really need a tricky device transmitting and receiving to harness this? Actually, it's not. We find out where is the majority of the single charge is accumulated, and then we just need to put this load here so that, let's say, it's empty. Then while it's balancing out to the empty, and then here is a half of the charge, here half of the charge, until it becomes like that. Yes, there is energy. So, and we can use this. And to have this, we don't need transmitter and receiver or turning magnet, things like that. Even there is another question. So how do they gather actually? Yeah, it's a one big mystery of the Earth. How do they gather and making the charge imbalance on the Earth? Why don't they just spread out? Definitely there are charge imbalances on the Earth, so we don't know, but there might be some lack of understanding about spin. So it might be related with the spin interaction. So because of the spin interaction, it's gathered together. There is a hope like that, and cannot. So Earth or ambient cannot provide unlimited countercharge. Let's say for some reason the Earth was providing a lot of excess electrons here, but we cannot expect the ambient can provide exact number of countercharge so that we use this recombination and then harness this energy. So this kind of scenario is hard to imagine. This single charge accumulation and then moving a little bit can be possible, but always countercharge is coming and it's making the energy. Then again, so we don't need this kind of Overunity device to have the energy extraction from the ambient. If we have excess charge and if we find out somewhere else the countercharge, we just need to connect one line and then put the load there. Then there will be energy. But obviously this kind of thing doesn't happen. So more likely that we have just one single charge, either this or that's provided from the nature, and we may have to play with that. So to talk about Overunity, so a lot of people has a background of just technical point of view or engineering point of view. So people just talk about the IV and then either current increases or voltage increases, then there is Overunity. So conclude simply. But if we see more microscopic view, so we have to understand how did it happen? How current or voltage increase? Then only if there is an excess electron hole pair increased there, then then yes, it can increase. Then how can we find out the source, both plus charge or hole plus charge and then minus charge coming from the ambient? By chance, one can be accumulated somewhere, but how can we know that both are coming and then contributing to the system and increasing the current or voltage there? Without understanding how both charges are coming, we cannot just say that the energy has been increased over unity. Especially, and a lot of people just think like that. So wave is radiated, and then receiver part, wave comes back with more energy. Things like that. It sounds like easy to understand like that. However, then what is the wave? Between where and where is the wave? For example, if it is antenna, then it makes the radiation like this way. And then it comes and it has to have the same length, and then it comes, but it's 360 degree everywhere radiating. Only the small part can receive this, so it's a lot under unity. So Tesla coil is not like this radiation case. Actually, it's just a capacitive coupling case. That means transmitter is here, and then it seems like radiating, but it's not. It's just making the capacitive coupling, and then this happens, just closed circuit happens. Then when there's a receiver, then closed circuit happens like this. Actually, closed circuit is not from the top to down. Closed circuit, it sees the wall of the coil, and then from there goes to the earth. So this kind of closed loop is happening here. So it's not a real radiation case. So now, closed loop means if there is a magnetic field here, then plus minus charge separation happens and then comes back. Therefore, the charge is dissipated. That's how the electron hole pair or charge balance works. Then energy comes back like that. Then what? How? This energy comes, some extra energy comes back like that. Then where is the charge balance? Between where and where does this extra energy happen? This energy happens between and here, and then it can make a closed loop. But what about this extra energy? Between where and where? Like this? There is some signal generating part in the ambient, and then plus and minus, and then it turns back. The charge turns back like this way. It's hard to imagine. It's very, very hard to imagine like this. So I'm not saying the free energy claims are all lying, but I'm not understanding some important part, which is the charge conservation. So there is a serious missing part of charge conservation when we talk about the energy radiation comes to this receiver coil. So we cannot imagine there is a closed loop of the energy. So that's why at least I'm not progressing. So so to go to the next page. then this kind of free energy case, so people claim that there is only, you need just one wire, which means you just need to connect to the earth. Okay, let's put some deep in. Then you just need this. Then the energy will come. Sounds like fantastic, but energy coming should mean electron hole pair or at least the plus minus charge balance. But what is coming? And if it comes, is there a closed loop to go back and then make the net charge 0? No. There is no electron hole pair creation possibility if we have just one wire. That's why people feel very hard to believe when there is a one wire connected. However, there is a case. Let's imagine Kelvin dropper. Kelvin dropper has separated the charge into plus and minus. So this water has minus charge, this water has plus charge. Of course, if you put single wire, then there will be energy flowing. And then you can see the light. However, is it forever? No, until this charge imbalance is all recombined. Until then, it works. Is it unlimited like in the nature? No, it's very hard to imagine. So if there is a one charge accumulated like that, but if nature doesn't provide this, then just one line doesn't work like that. So then radiation give and more take. Radiation is giving like that and then more take. As I said, this more taking part, if it doesn't have a clear closed loop, there is no way to use this energy. Although a lot of radiation is coming, so if it doesn't make a closed loop, which should make the net charge 0, if it doesn't have, we cannot use this energy. And on top of that, okay, give energy more, and then let's say this energy all coming back, and then this energy comes in. The funny thing is, you don't need this transmitter to receive this energy, because there is always the superposition principle. So if there is a different source of energy, then you can separate and then you can just add up. To add up, you need A? No, you don't need. You just need to add up, which means you just need a receiver to receive the energy. So radiation give and more take, it's very, very hard to imagine. Then is there still a bit of chance? Yes, I am hoping with this. This means when I make some I need to make the strong plus and strong minus here. So let's make a circuit like that. It's if there's a diode, so it's accumulating plus here, and then here is accumulating minus, let's say like that. So if I separate plus and minus like that, or I can make an induction here, and then let's say here is a spark, which means the electron is coming here and then bombarding here, and then the net charge becomes here, which is the Earth. So where the Earth connected part has given the electron already there, and then it's plus, and then the circuit ground has minus. Let's imagine like this way. Then when this recombines at some point, it may touch something unstable source in the nature. Let's say chemically unstable first. Unstable, so because there is a big energy, big potential difference, it can hit something which has a conduction band and valence band like that. It can hit something and then it produces a lot of electron hole pair. That's a possible story, but yes, of course, it's very hard. Where in the nature has this kind of metastable case? I would say metastable case. So because it's hitting the big and potential difference is hitting like that, and then it all moves here, and then becomes easily accessible energy. So a lot of electron hole pair is coming. So this kind of case is one possibility. Then yes, then this avalanche electron hole pair or plus minus creation happens. So because of that, lot of the free energy developers are using the high voltage, probably because of that. So then why do we need frequency there then? If it has a high voltage like that, so does it really react to certain frequency to hit something to move to the lower state of energy? So it's still the question, why do we need a certain frequency? For example, the Ruslan Aquila device is using, the Tesla coil device is using between 1 and 2 megahertz. And then there is another, some tens of kilohertz frequency is used, and then this frequency is used. Why do we need this frequency? Probably this high frequency megahertz range is shaking this, and then this is just the charge accumulation and relaxation. So it's using this part. So I can guess like that, but still it's hard to imagine why do we need this frequency. And there is a radiative energy coming. This is the most misunderstood part. Even I don't understand clearly. I just know that the radiative energy does not obey Ohm's law, which means let's see like that. When the radiative energy is made and then spark happens, then there is a line here. Yeah, of course, it's a short circuit. Therefore, the electron will just take the short circuit part to complete the circuit. There is no reason to take this path for electron through the resistive load and then take this part. No reason, because there is an easier path here. So this here the light can be turned on Even another strange thing is you take this and then there is a load and then you put into the water, then still the energy is flowing like that, which means the water is already a good conductor. So a lot of conducting path is here, but still the energy choose is the difficult part. So this is a question, how radiative energy works. And even if you put your hand like that, which is conductor, your hand like that, you don't get electric shock because it chooses this path. So radiative energy, so mysterious part, and which we didn't understand clearly, is why it doesn't obey Ohm's law. And it might be this, if we see like that, this energy might be longitudinal. Longitudinal means where the electric field is happening, then magnetic field has to be the perpendicular direction so that the energy can propagate like this way. But this radiative energy seems like where the magnetic field is happening, there is also conducting, which means the charge is moving like this, where the magnetic field is here. So this longitudinal property and not obeying the Ohm's law is a mysterious part, and this is the part we don't understand clearly. And a lot of people are saying that, oh yeah, use the radiative energy and if you make this and you can have more energy, which is not true. So there's nearly nobody showing that this energy is coming out more than how we put. So we lose a lot of energy by making this circuit because majority of the electron is taking this path, not this path. So we are losing energy anyway. But some energy is going here, some energy. So that's the strange thing, but not all the energy is going there, or more energy is coming there. It's a strange thing. Or we can hope like that. Actually, the energy is running like that, but this energy is free energy. So we can say like that. Then, without making this short circuit path, how can we have this energy? And then where is the charge balance of this energy? Which means if there is energy coming, then there is some EH pair creation source, and then here we should imagine there is a closed circuit like that. If there is no source like that, then it's hard to imagine. Or we have to write the physics law, everything. And with a single charge, so what I'm saying continuously is there is a single charge, and then nature doesn't like to provide the balanced charge, so we have to play with that single charge. And how can we get energy from here? Single charge. Some people say that use the magnetron principle, or it's something like a cyclotron. So that means there is minus, and then there is plus like that, plus plus plus. It's just the electric field. You're not using this charge. However, you have another source of electron only single charge. Electron is coming here. Then it sees the electric field. Then it starts moving like that, and it's gonna hit like that. If it hits like that, and then it just blocks or compensates this charge, then it's gone. It's gone. It's gone. However, if there is a magnetic field, then if it can bend like that, then minus here, and then minus goes here, minus goes here. So plus minus, plus minus, plus minus, it changes, alternating. And this alternating part can be used, which is actually the microwave oven, how it works. However, it's just an analogy, because there has to be, in the microwave wave oven, there has to be charge balance. So this charge has to have, this source has to have a plus here, and then that plus goes here actually. So it's an analogy. But some people say that, oh yes, you can use this way to use energy.